Dressed in a bright yellow t-shirt and cute black shorts, Lily began her morning adventure. Her toddling steps looking just like a baby learning to walk. Coming down, she was even more careful, holding on to the white railings and feeling her way down one step at a time. Her big, round, dark eyes darted around, curiously exploring every nook and cranny of her beloved home. Lily scurried over to the armchair, climbed up with ease, and then, quick as a flash, scrambled onto the wooden table. A look of cute confusion crossed her face as she looked up at the large food cover. Hearing a clanking sound in the yard, Lily curiously ran out. Dad was fixing the motorbike. Without a moment's hesitation, she became the most enthusiastic helper. She stood close by, silently watching his every move, her gaze focused as if she were trying to learn. When Dad picked her up, Lily was held tight in his warm embrace, one hand still clutching a screwdriver, her big round eyes looking up at him with trust and love. In the kitchen, the delicious smell of instant noodles began to fill the air. Lily sat properly on the granite countertop, watching her dad's every move. Her tiny hands skillfully plucked the green leaves and put them in a bowl, occasionally sneaking a piece into her mouth to taste, her eyes lighting up with delight.
Luôn nhé, thấy chưa? Tí nhanh đâu nhé. Ngồi, anh này luôn này.
The most awaited moment finally arrived. Dad and daughter sat together, enjoying the hot bowl of noodles. Lily eagerly grabbed the golden noodles with her hands, and though she was a little messy, she looked incredibly happy. Every time Dad picked up a piece of vegetable, she would hold out her tiny hand to ask for some, then happily pop it in her mouth and chew with relish. Sometimes, like a sweet thank you, she would lovingly reach out and wipe the noodle broth from her dad's mouth. A small gesture filled with so much affection. After a full meal, Lily snuggled up to her dear dad again. Dad took out a juicy red apple. Lily's eyes lit up, and she leaned forward, eagerly taking the gift from her dad's hand. With the apple, Lily happily found a clean step to sit on and enjoy her treat. While his little daughter was lost in the sweet, crisp taste, her dad had quietly picked up a hoe and started his work in the garden. When Dad's figure disappeared behind the cold iron gate, a sudden feeling of emptiness washed over her.
Dad.
Even though she was busy eating, it was as if an invisible string connected the two of them. Lily quickly ran after him. The apple in her hand fell and rolled across the tiles. Her tiny shoulders slumped, and she sat down sadly on the step. Her head bowed, her big round eyes glued to the road her dad had just taken, filled with longing and disappointment. Feeling a wave of loneliness, Lily sought another familiar comfort. She ran into the bedroom, climbed onto the bed, and snuggled into her aunt who was resting, burying her head in the soft shoulder as if looking for a safe haven.
Your dad went to work, right?
In her aunt's gentle arms, all her sadness seemed to melt away, and as her eyes slowly closed, Lily found perfect peace. Her aunt gently stroked Lily's head, then carried her out of the room for a surprise.
You meet your dad. Now we will make oranges. Are you okay?
In the bright green kitchen, Lily was placed on the counter like an honored guest. Her wide eyes didn't miss a single detail as her aunt brought out a basket of lush, juicy green oranges. When the sharp knife cut an orange in half, revealing the golden pulp inside, Lily leaned forward as if she could smell the sweet fragrance spreading through the air.
You can try.
Her aunt gave her a small slice. First came a funny pucker from the surprising sourness, followed by a wide grin as the sweetness kicked in. A continuous chain of adorable expressions. While her aunt squeezed the juice, Lily sat patiently beside her, mimicking the motion by placing her small hands on the juicer, her cute chin resting on it, her round eyes watching intently as if she were sending all her energy to her aunt. Golden drops of orange juice dripped down, promising a wonderful drink. The juice was poured into a plastic cup, and her aunt carefully sealed it with a lid for her.
Now we will take it for that. Let's go. It's so far. Can you go?
With a conical hat tilted on her head, her aunt carried Lily the cool glass of orange juice, their provision for their little trip. They walked along a quiet country road shaded by green trees, a peaceful rural scene unfolding before them. In the distance, they could see the figure of her dad working diligently. Seeing him, Lily's heart burst with joy. Her aunt set her down, and without a second's delay, she shot off like a little flash of lightning, running with all her might towards the arms she had been missing. Dad smiled gently, crouching down with his arms wide open to catch his little girl. He caressed her lovingly, holding her close, letting her feel his warmth and love after a hard day's work.
Ngoan quá nha. Mang cho bố đấy. Ly, mang gì cho bố đấy.
Her aunt came over, and the small family rested together.
Wow. Lấy ống cho Ly uống ha. Đi lấy ống cho Ly uống này. Uống thử nhé Ly nhé. Thử nhé.
Dad took the cup of orange juice, put a straw in it, and gently offered it to his beloved daughter. His eyes shone with boundless happiness as he watched Lily drink eagerly, and it seemed like all the hardships of life melted away in this sweet moment. Lily, after a long day of exploring, found simple joy once again with her beloved dad. Dad sat on a wooden chair. Dad gently pointed out each letter, but it seemed the world of dry characters couldn't hold the attention of Lily's playful spirit. She let out a big yawn, her tiny mouth opening wide to reveal her little teeth, and then started to squirm, sliding out of her dad's lap, as if to say, "I'm bored, Dad." Understanding his little girl, Dad smiled and gave Lily a new mission. A real adventure. Quick as a flash, Lily dashed to the bright yellow refrigerator. She joyfully pulled out a bag of fresh green beans, proudly bringing her prize back to Dad.
Đây ngồi nè.
The two sat down together again and began preparing for lunch. Dad showed Lily how to snap the beans. Her small, clumsy hands tried their best to copy her dad's every move.
Lấy đổ lên trên bàn kìa. Đúng rồi, ăn đây. Cái kia, đồ cái kia. Ăn đây Ly. Ăn vào đây. Rồi. Cảm ơn Ly nhé.
Every now and then, she would playfully pop a piece of bean into her mouth to taste, her little nose wrinkling and her eyes blinking adorably.
Đấy, đúng rồi, Ly giỏi quá. Mình luộc để ăn cho nó ngon nhá. Đó, bẻ cái này bỏ đi nhé. Nè, đây, bẻ đi, bẻ. Bẻ làm sao? Nè. Đấy. Nè, con bẻ đi. Thấy không? Nè chị nè, hướng dẫn nha. Đúng rồi. Giỏi. Ui, vào đây dai quá. Ui, dai quá. Rồi. Vào đây con, vào đây. À, rồi. Này. Nè. Vậy Ly cách bẻ này. Giỏi quá. Ở đây nữa. Đúng rồi, Ly giỏi quá. Rất ra luôn, bỏ xuống đây. Đúng rồi, lấy nữa đi Ly. Lấy nữa đi. Nào nè. Bẻ này, bỏ xuống nào. Đây này, bẻ nữa nè. Bẻ này. Con lấy cái nữa đi con, lấy nữa đi. Lấy đi, lấy cái nào cũng được. Đúng rồi, mang đây nè. Rồi, đây hướng dẫn cho Ly nhá này, bẻ này. Bẻ nè, bẻ này, đúng rồi, giỏi quá, Ly giỏi quá. Ly giỏi quá. Đấy, mình phải tước cái này ra để cho nó dễ bẻ nhá. Đó, thấy không? Tước này. Tước ra thấy không? Thấy không? Đó, bỏ đây nhá. Con bẻ tiếp đi. Này, dập tay ra. Đúng rồi, giỏi quá. Đây nữa. Đúng rồi. Tước đi, đúng không? Tước đi con. Tước xuống. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi. Bỏ đây đi. Đúng rồi, giỏi quá. Cái này bỏ rác đi, cái này không ăn được nhá. Cầm lấy, bỏ kia kìa. Đã lắm. À, đi đây. Lily ngồi đây nhé. Ba đi rửa cái này nhá. Ngồi đây con. Này, cầm một cái này. Ngồi đây chờ nhé. Chờ tí nhé. Chờ tí sôi là ăn nhé. Chín là ăn nhé. Vậy đặt sách tí nhé. Ngồi xuống con, ngồi xuống. Đây này. Nữa không? Tập nữa không? Sao? Không đau nữa hả? Ngủ hả? Đi dạ.
Lunch was ready.
Lily, đi ra ghế con.
And Lily sat at a small table just for her. She held her fork, carefully speared a piece of cooked green bean. And slowly brought it to her mouth to enjoy. The sweet, nutty flavor spread, and she chewed happily, her eyes shining with simple joy.
Bỏ cái bàn đây.
In the afternoon, a new adventure began.
Đi thôi, đi nào.
Dad put a cute little backpack on Lily's back, making her look like a real schoolgirl.
Đi nào đi.
She trotted along behind her dad, excited to meet her companion. And then her friend Chun appeared on a pink bicycle. Lily's eyes lit up. She happily climbed into the front basket, her hands gripping the handlebars, and looked up at her friend with a thrilled expression. The bike rolled slowly, taking the two little friends down the village road, their clear laughter echoing through the air. Back home, Chun generously opened the fridge and took out snacks they both loved. The two girls sat together, sharing yogurt and sweet milk boxes.
Cô hút xong rồi con đút em luôn. Không được. Không. Chị ở đây nè. Để chị cắm cho nghe.
Afterward, they huddled together, looking at interesting pictures on a phone. The world inside the small screen seemed to have a magical pull that kept them captivated. As night fell, Chun gently hugged Lily and whispered, "Lily, it's time for bed." A long day had come to an end, leaving behind a sweet friendship and peaceful dreams awaiting the two little girls. One beautiful morning, the little monkey Lily toddled after her dad into the backyard garden, carrying her watering can. Dad started to loosen the soil with a hoe in a neat little garden bed, and Lily stood beside him, watching every move. Seeing how interested she was, Dad gave Lily a small shovel. She immediately began to copy him, digging at the dirt with all her might. Sometimes even using both of her little hands.
Đây Ly nè. Nè. Ly Ly, lấy hạt giống đi. Cái gì? Đúng rồi, mang qua đây. Mang qua đây. Đó, đây. Rồi, mấy hạt thôi nhá. Đây đủ rồi nè. Thấy không nè. Nè. Mình cầm hạt này nhá. Mình cầm hạt này nhá Ly nè. Cầm ha. Nè, đó, còn vào tay. Mình bỏ vào đây nhá. Bỏ vào đây nè. Đúng rồi, xong mình lấy lấp lại này, mình lấp lại. Lấp lại. Đúng rồi, lấp lại. Giỏi. Đập nữa. Ở đây này. Đây vào đây nè. Đúng rồi,
After Dad planted the seeds, Lily watched and copied him again, carefully covering the seeds with soil and patting the surface flat to make the garden bed look perfect.
Vào đây. Đúng rồi. Xuống. Đúng rồi. Giỏi lắm. Đúng rồi, Ly ngoan. Ly giỏi. Xong rồi Ly. Xong rồi đấy.
When the planting was almost done, Lily grabbed her mini watering can and ran to the edge of the pond. She carefully scooped up a full can of cool water and hurried back to the plants.
Đây vào đây nè. Đấy, bỏ vào đây này.
Dad helped her hold the can, and together they gave the thirsty new seeds a good drink, helping them get ready to grow.
Thấy không? Đấy, đây này, thấy chưa? Mình tưới vào cho nó lên nhá. Tưới lên cây nhá. Thấy chưa? Đó. Tưới vào những ô mình mới bỏ hạt đấy nhá. Rồi đi qua đây. Đây này, đây này. Rồi xong rồi mình đi về nhá, Linh nhá. Đi về đi. Đi về đi. Con cầm đi về, cầm này về trước nhá. Đi con, đúng rồi.
With the gardening done, Lily was so happy she had been able to help her dad with such a meaningful job. More than just a gardener, Lily wasn't just good at planting. She was also a talented duck herder. Dressed like a little farmer in a cute straw hat, Lily held a banana leaf like a flag and proudly led the ducklings to the small pond for a swim. Seeing the ducks paddle around happily, Lily even used a leaf to gently guide them, just like a real herder.
Lily.
After gardening, Lily and her dad took a walk to the small fish pond in the yard.
Trời ơi. Lily. Nhìn này. Nhìn cá này. Nhìn cá này. Nó cạn cái nước rồi. Nó cạn cái kìa. Chưa? Nè. Chết rồi. Bị cạn nước rồi. Bây giờ mình lấy xô nhé. Mình lấy xô mình
Dad waded into the water and gently caught a goldfish to show Lily. She reached out curiously and softly touched the fish, looking very pleased.
Bây giờ lấy xô được cá nhá. Đi nhá. Đi đi.
The fish pond needed cleaning, so a rescue mission for the fish began.
Con ngồi đó đi. Lấy nước vào đây Ly nhé.
While Dad scooped out water with a bucket, Lily ran to get her little pink net to help.
Ly ơi, Ly. Này, con bảo là con lấy cho ba cái vợt nhá, vợt cá nhá. Đi trong kia đi. Cá đi con. Đây ba nào. Rồi cảm ơn Ly nhá. Con ngồi đó chờ tí nhá.
Dad carefully lifted the small fish from the murky water and placed them in a tin box.
Để bắt nha. Đó, thấy chưa nè. Đấy. Đó thì mình thay nước cho cá nhé Ly nhá. Đây này. Đây đi này. Nè. Thấy không? Kìa.
Lily watched closely, then waded in herself, skillfully catching a fish and putting it in the box.
phía lại Ly nha. Nè. Còn không Ly? Ly nè. Bây giờ mình mang cái này lên nhá. Đây Ly. Này. Rồi. Bây giờ ba xả nước vào đây nhá. Ly, đi ra
When it
vòi nước
was
đi con.
time to refill the pond, Lily showed how clever she was. She ran right to the water valve and turned it on all by herself, making water flow from the green hose. Together, Lily and her dad held the hose and started to fill the pond back up. When the pond was almost full, Dad gave her a signal, and she quickly ran back to turn off the valve, completing her task perfectly.
Đó, con đây xả cá nhé.
Now it was time to return their little friends to their clean new home. Dad and Lily gently released each
Wow.
goldfish back into the
Yeah.
clear water.
Này Ly này. Này thấy không? Được chưa?
The ducklings were also let back in and splashed around happily in the fresh water.
Yeah. Vì tặng kìa Ly à, thấy không? Thấy gì
Seeing
đâu.
all they had accomplished together,
Con đi lấy cám đi
Dad
nhá.
gave
Lấy cám,
Lily
lấy
a
cám đi nhá.
kiss to praise her for all her hard work. An adventure with a goat. After her work in the garden, Lily changed into a pretty pink dress and ran out to play with a special friend, the goat. She picked a big leaf to feed her friend. At first, Lily playfully teased the goat, pulling the leaf away just as it was about to take a bite. But soon, she happily let her friend enjoy the treat. Lily even grabbed some more food from the trough, not forgetting to taste a little herself to make sure it was good. Suddenly, an idea popped into Lily's head. She quickly untied the goat's rope and attached it to a small wooden cart nearby. Once everything was set, Lily climbed onto the cart, ready for an exciting ride. The goat began to pull the cart, starting with slow steps and then picking up speed, giving Lily a tour around the grassy lawn and along the stone path. She sat firmly on the cart, looking thrilled. When the ride was over, Lily climbed off and led her goat friend to a patch of grass to eat. After all the fun, the little farmer seemed to be tired. Lily found a rock to sit on for a rest. Finally, she lay right down on the ground, using the rock as a pillow and her hat to cover her face, and took a sweet nap in the quiet garden. Harvesting the fields. After her afternoon nap, Lily went out to the fields with her dad again.
Mấy nay mình đi thu hoạch bắp với Lily nhé, thấy chưa? Bên này bắp sắp chín rồi đó. Mình đi bắt bắp ăn là vừa rồi ha, nha.
They walked down a small path between rows of green plants to get to the sweet potato patch.
Đây đi, đây nhé.
When they arrived, Dad sat down and started digging with a small hoe. He kindly showed Lily how to hold it, and together they dug in the dirt, searching for the sweet potatoes hidden underground.
Đây Ly này, đây này, thấy không? Thấy chưa? Để nghe mưa đi nhé, nhé. Đây này, nó lấy đi, lấy phai đi, đây này, lấy đi.
Before long, Dad found a very big sweet potato. He showed it to Lily, who looked surprised and delighted. Lily copied him, using her tiny hands to dig in the dirt for more potatoes.
Đây Ly này.
Whenever Dad dug one up, she would carefully take it and place it in her pretty white basket.
Mới này thấy không? Này. Con cầm đấy. Đúng rồi, con bỏ rổ đi, bỏ rổ đi. Bỏ rổ đi. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Ly giỏi lắm. Qua đây ngồi đi, qua đây ngồi. Qua đây ngồi. Đây, qua đây ngồi. Đây, ngồi đây con, ngồi đây. Ly ngồi đây. Đúng rồi, giỏi. Có đào không? Đào cùng không? Đây, củ nữa này Ly này, nè. Thấy không? Thấy không? Thấy không? Nè. Lại mất miếng rồi. Nè. Bỏ đồ đi con.
Just
Bỏ đồ
like
đi.
that, with one digging and the other gathering, they soon had a basket full of sweet potatoes.
Cái này không mưa nhá, Ly nhá. Hết rồi, hết rồi, hết rồi. Cái này không mưa. Bữa sau mình ra đào tiếp nhá.
When the job was done, Dad carried Lily in one arm and the heavy basket of sweet potatoes in the other. They left the garden happily, bringing home the sweet rewards of a hard afternoon's work. Working in the rain, a light rain began to fall, but that couldn't stop Lily's farming spirit. Inside the house, she climbed a wooden cabinet, grabbed her familiar straw hat, put it on, and confidently walked out into the yard.
Beep, beep.
She went straight to the garden, where her dad was already working.
Đi đâu Ly? Ừ? Đi đâu vậy? Hả? Đi đâu đấy? Ừ? Đi đâu đấy? Không ở nhà trên tivi à? Hả? Ở nhà trong nhà chứ? Ra trời nắng lắm nha. Nắng lắm hay chưa? Ừ? Ồ, xem mũ rồi. Thôi đi ở đây chơi nhé. Chơi ba làm nhé, chưa? Đây chơi con, đây chơi đi. Ngồi đây chơi đi.
Lily immediately got to work, using her tiny fingers to pull out every single weed in the garden bed. Sometimes, out of curiosity, she would even pop a blade of grass into her mouth for a taste.
Rồi Ly ha. Đi ba bảo này. Đây ba bảo. Nice. Cứ 3 tí được không? Cứ 3 tí được không?
After they finished tweeting, Dad picked Lily up for a quick cuddle, then
Đây cho
gave
bà
her a
đi
new
khoai nhé.
mission
Trồng ở
to
đây
go
nhé.
get some sweet
Không.
potato
Đi
vines for
không?
planting. Lily happily accepted and crossed through the banana trees to the sweet potato patch. Oh. She diligently gathered a big bundle of vines and dragged them back to where her dad was waiting.
Ôi, giỏi quá Ly hả? Trời ơi. Nhiều rau Ly ạ. Nhiều rau đấy. Bắn từ rối tùm lum rồi Ly. Đây này, trồng đây nha. Đây này. Đó, mình trồng ở đây nha.
At a new patch of soil, Dad began to show Lily how to plant. He used a trowel to dig small holes, placed the vines inside, and covered them with dirt.
Lấy đi con, mang qua đây. Cảm ơn con. Trời ơi, giỏi quá.
Lily watched very carefully and then copied him, even using a toy shovel to pat the soil down around the new plants.
Giỏi lắm, cảm ơn. Lily lấy bên nữa đây. Lấy đi. Đây. Giỏi, cảm ơn Ly. Ly lấy cho ba cọng nữa đi. Đúng rồi, mang đây ba. Ồ, cảm ơn Ly nhá. Kia đấy kìa, kia đấy kìa. Đúng rồi. Cảm ơn nhá, đâu đây. Đây hả? Đó, Ly giỏi quá. Lấy nữa Ly. Đây. Ồ, rồi, cảm ơn Ly. Đó. Cây đẹp không? Nè. Được không? Lấy đi ơi. Con lấy đi. Rồi, cảm ơn Ly nhé. Sắp xong rồi đấy. Con lấy một lần là đủ luôn đấy Ly ạ nhé. Rồi, mình trồng nữa là xong nhá. Lấy Ly ơi. Đây là có củ Ly nhá. Chưa? Rồi tao ăn là có củ nhá. Được rồi Ly ơi, xong rồi. Bắt tay cái nào. Cảm ơn ạ.
When the last row of vines was planted, the job was done.
Vô đi.
Dad put on his big straw hat, and the two of them walked away from the garden together. finishing an afternoon of productive work despite the rain. Lily's special missions. This time, Lily got a special mission to complete all by herself. Wearing her straw hat, she pulled a cart with a blue basket across a dry field to the carrot patch. When she got there, she started working right away, carefully pulling the weeds around the plants. Before long, she had found and pulled up a big carrot, and she happily put it in her basket. To search more effectively, Lily used a small stick to poke the ground, then went back to digging with her hands. She worked with great focus and patience. Every time she found a carrot, she carefully placed it in her basket. Soon the basket was filled with fresh, delicious carrots, a reward for Lily's hard work. Mission accomplished, the little farmer proudly pulled her cart full of produce back home. After harvesting the carrots, she and her dad continued their work in another part of the garden.
Qua đây Ly, qua đây. Chậm tới Ly.
This time, their goal was the chayote squash on the high trellis.
Oh, I think we can harvest the chayote, sell it, and get money.
Áo vào đây nào. Đây, áo vào đây.
Without a moment's hesitation, Lily scurried up a bamboo post.
Yeah.
Seeing her dad waiting below with a basket, she picked a squash and dropped it down.
Đấy đi.
To reach more, Lily climbed right onto the trellis, hanging upside down like a circus performer, as she continued to pick squash and drop them to the ground.
This is my forte, nothing difficult.
Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi Ly, kia nữa Ly. Rồi, đây qua.
When she was done, she climbed down, diligently picked up every squash, and filled the basket her dad was holding.
Kia nữa kìa. Đây đi. Đi giỏi quá. Kia đấy con. Kia. Đây đi. Kia đây kìa, bên kia. À đúng rồi. À kia đây kìa con. Kia đi, kia. Thấy không? Đúng rồi. Rồi thì đi về nhé. Mất nguyên một sọt luôn. Thôi bây giờ mình đi bán nhé. Cái quần áo bẩn hết rồi này.
Seeing the
Lát về
full
bây giờ quần áo cho
basket,
Ly nhé.
her dad
Phải
proudly
công cho Ly
adjusted
chưa?
the little bow
Đi
on
về
her
nhé.
shirt.
Đi. Đi nào Ly.
Lily once again showed off her amazing climbing skills by quickly scaling a tall papaya tree.
Chị đâu Ly? Chị đâu? Đây. Xuống đi con. Xuống đi con, xuống đi hái đậu đi. Đi qua đây.
However, there were no ripe papayas, so she climbed back down. Right after, she and her dad moved on to the beanstalks. Lily climbed up again, picking long beans and placing them in the basket her dad held.
Rồi, đúng rồi Ly ơi. Đấy, lấy cái đó đi Ly. Lấy đi con, mang đây nhá. Đúng rồi, mang qua đây con, lấy qua đây. Giỏi lắm, kia đấy kìa. Đây đi đây, đây đây. Đấy, đúng rồi, mang đây. Giỏi.
Finally, they harvested mustard greens together.
Mấy rau này Ly này, đây này, đây này. Đây ha. Làm ít rau nhá. Cho cải luộc cho Ly ăn nhá.
Lily sat in the middle of the patch, pulling up each plant herself. She even curiously inspected the roots of a plant she had just picked.
Bỏ xuống đi con, lấy cây kìa. Đây Ly. Chỉ Ly này, cầm đây này.
Dad sat down to help,
Hái rau đây nhá.
showing Lily how to choose the best greens and even letting her taste a little piece.
Giỏi quá. Thấy chưa? Hái rau mình hái như vậy nhá. Nhiều cả cây luôn ha. Kìa, cây kia kìa. Hái đi con. Đúng rồi, mang vào đây. Đúng rồi, đây cho ba nè. À, lấy nữa đi. Mang đây. Mang cho ba nè. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Ha ha. Rồi đi nào Ly ơi. Đi thôi. Đây 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 đây. Đi nào. Cho ba nữa nào. Ui dồi, bay rồi. Đi nào Ly ơi. Đi nào. Ly Ly.
With a basket full of fruits and vegetables, father and daughter happily left the garden, walking up the steps to go back home. The egg collector. After a busy day, Lily decided it was time for a little fun. She ran to a water pump, climbed on top, and played with the cool stream of water. When she was done playing, she ran across a wide lawn to a small wooden house where the chickens lived. Inside, Lily climbed up to the windowsill and sat peacefully, looking out at the yard. Soon she spotted a basket full of fresh eggs. She curiously went closer and carefully picked one up to look at it.
Oh.
Suddenly, a wonderful idea struck. Lily ran out of the coop, went inside the house, and came back with her familiar blue basket. She returned to the coop, placed her basket next to the eggs, and began her mission. As she was gently and skillfully moving the eggs one by one, a cluck-cluck came from the chicken coop, as if a rooster was protesting. But Lily, looking like a professional harvester, paid it no mind and continued her work. When her basket was full, Lily rested for a moment, her face beaming with pride. Finally, she carefully picked up her basket of eggs, walked out of the coop, and crossed the lawn to bring her prize home. The cluck-cluck sound came again, this time sounding a bit pouty, but Lily just smiled, satisfied with her accomplishment. The story opens with the dad in a white chef's uniform, smiling and waving. Sitting neatly beside him on a box is little Lily in a red assistant chef's outfit, who also adorably raises her tiny hand to wave back. Lily's first task is to snap green beans. Her dad shows her how, breaking a bean and handing it to her. She quickly copies him, using both hands to break the bean in two. Lily is very enthusiastic, snapping beans one after another and putting them into a small basket next to her. Every now and then, she curiously tastes a piece of a bean, looking absolutely adorable.
Đây một cái nữa nhé. Đây này, con bỏ đây này. Cái này dài con bẻ bớt đi nhé. Đúng rồi, đây này, đây dài này. Thấy không? Đúng rồi. Bỏ kia đi con, bỏ kia đi. Bỏ kia, đúng rồi. Và tước cái dây đây nhé. Đó, đúng rồi. Đây đi. Giỏi lắm. Đây nữa đi. Bẻ đi con. Cái đấy bị già đó, đây cho ba. Đây già đó. Đúng rồi, cái này già đó. Đó. Đây này, đây này. Đây này. Đây này. Đây đi nhé. Đó. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Ui, cái đấy nhỏ đó rồi, nhỏ. Đây con. Con bỏ rổ đi. Đúng rồi. Đây Ly. Để nhanh thế. Để nhanh thế sao cho kịp. Con bẻ đi. Nhanh thế sao cho kịp. Đây con. Cái ăn cái hạt hả? Cái hạt nó ngon hả? Có cái hạt đấy rồi, bẻ đi con. Bỏ rổ đi. Bỏ rổ kìa. Đây. Đây nhé. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi đấy. Đây đấy này. Đây này. Đây này. Giỏi lắm. Cảm ơn. Ở đây này. Đây đi. Thế đủ chưa? Đủ chưa? Đúng rồi. Đây. Cái xem là dài này bớt lại nhé. Đây rồi, cái này đi. Bẻ thôi, không cắn. Bẻ. Đây này này. Bỏ đây. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đúng rồi, đây nữa. Đây nữa con. Giỏi quá. Đây nữa con. Bây giờ mình cắt khoai tây nhé. Cắt khoai tây nhé.
After finishing with the green beans, the dad-daughter duo moves on to preparing potatoes.
Lau này tí ha.
The dad
Lau này,
carefully
lau này,
cleans
lau
the
này.
cutting board and then starts
Đúng rồi,
peeling.
cảm ơn đầu bếp. Đây nè. Tại cái tay nhá. Này là gọt này, con gọt khoai tây này. Thấy không? Đây, khoai tây này.
Lily watches intently, occasionally reaching out to touch a potato as if wanting to help.
Rồi, con ngồi đi. Đây này, con gọt khoai tây này, thấy không? Cái này cái vỏ mình bỏ đi nhá. Bỏ cái vỏ đi đấy. Rồi, bây giờ mình làm vuông nhá. Đây. Đó. Rồi nó bỏ cái kia đi. Đúng rồi, đây nữa.
When the first golden slices of potato are cut, Lily immediately picks one up and tastes it. Then, she eagerly helps her dad clean up the peels and quickly gathers the cut potato slices into the basket.
Nó dài quá hả Ly? Bỏ kia đi. Đây. Đúng rồi. Đây. Nó cắt nữa. Đây. Bỏ đi. Bỏ. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Bỏ đi con. Bỏ kia đi. Bỏ kìa. Rồi, cắt thêm miếng nữa ha. Đây, cái bỏ đi. Bỏ luôn. Đây nữa Ly. Đây nữa này. Đây nữa. Bỏ kia con. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây vào đây. Đây nữa Ly. Đây nữa. Đây. Bỏ kia con, bỏ kia. Đây. Đây cắt thêm tí cà rốt nhá. Cà rốt ra. Đây rồi. Đây nhá.
Next up are the carrots.
Cái đấy được đã. Rồi vào cái cỏ đi nhé, cái cỏ bẩn đó. Cà rốt cho nó đẹp ha. Đầu bếp thì vội vàng thế đầu bếp. Từ từ tôi chứ. Cũng phục lắm này. Bình tĩnh nhá, sẽ được ăn ngon thôi, con ngồi nè. Lau tí nè. Cắt xem nào, cắt gì cho đẹp nhỉ? Cắt này đi ha. Sợi nhá.
The dad chops them into small pieces.
Rồi.
Lily helps out by gathering the chopped carrots and adding them to the potato basket.
Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây đi. Vào đây không? Đúng rồi. Rồi, đi ngồi đấy đi. Đây, vào đây.
Once the prep work is done, the dad carries both Lily and the basket of vegetables to the sink. Lily holds on tightly to her dad's arm, curiously watching the water run over the vegetables.
Rồi, đi bên này.
After being washed, all the vegetables are placed in a steamer. Lily watches attentively as her dad puts the pot on the stove and turns on the flame.
Đúng rồi. Này nhé. Biết là Phương rồi. Đây. Rồi, ok. Nè.
While they wait, her dad holds her in his lap, gently cuddling her. He then places Lily back in her spot, and she gets back to work diligently wiping the kitchen counter.
Lau đi, đúng rồi, lau đi. Đấy.
Her dad kindly adjusts her chef's hat and straightens her outfit.
Thì quần lại nè. Đây. Đó. Mùng ăn nè, mùng ăn thì mình ăn nè.
After cooking the main course, they move on to making dessert. Lily has changed into a bright yellow outfit.
Đấy, đi xem áo đẹp không? Hôm nay đi mình làm đầu bếp nha. Hôm nay đi thưởng thức đồ ăn nhá. Nào Lily đứng lên thế nào? Đứng lên. Đứng thẳng đứng lên này. Đứng lên, dậy lên. Đúng rồi, đứng rồi, xoay đi, xoay. Đứng rồi, xoay nào, đứng rồi. Xoay nào. Lily này đẹp quá nhỉ. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu nhé. Bây giờ mình lau cái này nha. Rồi, đây là rồi, cảm ơn Ly.
Her dad brings out a large watermelon.
Ly nhé. Được không?
When he cuts it open, revealing the juicy red inside, Lily's eyes light up with excitement. The dad begins to cut the watermelon into small pieces. Lily doesn't just watch. She joins in enthusiastically. She helps her dad remove the rind.
Đây là cụ bếp cho anh chị. Đó, nó bỏ kia đi, bỏ kia. Đây nha. Từ đã. Rồi nó mở đây.
And then picks up the cut pieces and puts them into a glass bowl.
Đây nữa. Đúng rồi.
Along the way, she doesn't forget to sneak a few bites, looking incredibly pleased with herself.
Đây nữa. Đây. Đây không? Đây nữa. Đây không? Đây. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Rồi, lau đi. Chưa? Lau sạch nhé. Rồi, cảm ơn con.
Once the watermelon is all cut, her dad brings out a blender.
Đây. Đây là đến đây.
He lifts Lily up so she can put the watermelon in herself.
Rồi mình bỏ này vào đây nhé. Đây Ly. Bỏ đây. Đấy, thấy không?
Piece by piece, Lily carefully drops the fruit into the blender.
Đây. Đây nữa. Đây. kia đi con. Đúng rồi, đây nữa con. Ngon hả? Rồi, vào đâu đây? Đây nữa, đây nữa. Đúng rồi. Rồi, được rồi. Rồi, ok. Rồi.
Then, her dad turns it on. Lily is curious and a little startled by the noise, but keeps watching as the watermelon is blended smooth.
Cho thêm đi, đây đi. Cho thêm luôn. Đúng rồi. Thêm nữa luôn đi. Thêm vào đây. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa. Ở đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa. Hết rồi. Đây con cầm đây. Đúng rồi, cho vào đây. Vào đây. Rồi, xong nhá. Đây, cầm này. Rồi, ok rồi. Bây giờ mình đổ ly ra nhé. Đây. Đổ ly nhé. Đây.
Soon, a glass of bright red watermelon juice is ready. Her dad pours it into a clear glass. Lily waits patiently, her eyes fixed on the tempting drink.
Đây ly nhé. Đây, bóc đi. Bóc đi. Đúng rồi đấy. Đây cho ba chỉ cho. Vào đây. Khớp lại tí nhé, nó uống nó sặc nghe chưa? Đây.
Her dad carefully places a straw in the glass and hands it to his little girl. Lily happily takes the straw and begins to enjoy the fruits of her labor.
Đúng rồi, đó. Giỏi quá. Đây, đút cho.
She drinks it deliciously, closing her eyes to savor the sweet, cool taste. Her dad gently holds the glass for her until it's all gone.
Ngon quá ha. Sao rồi? Được không? Nếp được không đâu? Bữa sau làm thêm nữa nhé. Làm nhiều hơn nhé. Làm nhiều hơn nhé. Thấy chưa? Làm nhiều hơn cho Ly nhé. Wow, sắp hết rồi. Chà. Hết luôn à. Hết sạch luôn. Còn xíu nữa, cố lên, xíu nữa. Xíu nữa. Hết rồi, thôi được rồi, hết rồi đi. Hết rồi, gắn quả trứng à? Rồi, bỏ này, đó. Rồi, hết rồi. Hay quá. Thì cái nào đi nhé.
After finishing her drink, Lily helps her dad clean the table. He uses a tissue to wipe her mouth. The scene ends with the dad and daughter waving goodbye, concluding a joyful and warm day in the kitchen. The story shifts to a different space, quiet and bright. Lily, in a cute yellow outfit, is relaxing on a beanbag chair. Suddenly, her dad walks into the room, limping slightly. He sits down on a wooden bench, his face wincing in pain as he looks at a large bleeding scrape on his elbow. Lily's cheerful mood vanishes instantly, replaced by a look of deep worry. She can't sit still anymore. Almost immediately, Lily slides off the chair and runs to her dad. Lily scrambles down and scurries down the long white hallway. She runs into a room and quickly finds the first aid kit. The white box with a red handle is quite large for her small body, but that doesn't stop the determined little nurse. Using both hands, Lily struggles to carry the heavy box, waddling back down the hallway. She places it right at her dad's feet. The dad, though in pain, feels incredibly warm inside. He opens the box.
Đi lấy cho ba tờ giấy đi. Giỏi lắm. Bay bay. Đừng ngồi qua anh nhé, để ba làm cái được chưa?
Lily sits quietly in his lap, watching his every move. He takes out a bottle of yellow antiseptic, and Lily immediately holds out her hand to help hold it.
Sao đấy nhé.
When he takes out a wipe to clean the wound, Lily quickly grabs it, wanting to clean it for him herself. Her dad gently takes it back, cleans the wound, and then uses a cotton swab to apply the medicine. Lily's eyes never leave him, following his every movement with a very serious expression. The bandaging begins.
Này mình quấn xíu là mình đỡ như chưa Ly nè. Nè đi cầm này cho ba này, cầm này cho ba nhé, cầm này. Đúng rồi. Rồi, đây này cho ba.
Dad wraps a layer of white gauze around his elbow. Lily curiously touches the gauze, as if checking to see if he's in pain. He uses medical tape to secure it, and his little nurse assists by holding the roll of tape.
Cầm này đúng rồi, cầm đi. Xé đôi em, xé này. Đó. Thấy chưa? Đó. Bỏ cái này thứ ba nhé. Đây, này. Con bỏ thứ ba đấy, kìa. Bỏ đi con. Đúng rồi, sao đâu? Cảm ơn Ly nhé.
When everything is done, he puts the supplies away, and Lily helps him close the lid of the first aid kit.
Đi vào nhé, vào ha. Đây là một tí nhé.
Then, her dad hugs her, and they both lie down on the bed. Lily snuggles into her dad's chest, her eyes growing heavy, finding peace and absolute safety with the person she loves most. Lily wakes up and sees her dad is still sleeping.
Huh?
This time, with a determined look, she runs and climbs onto a yellow mini fridge where the first aid kit is kept. She fumbles to open the box, takes out a pink infrared thermometer, and brings it back to the bed. Her dad now has a high fever, shivering under a thin pink blanket. Lily climbs onto the bed and, copying exactly what her dad always does, points the thermometer at his forehead. The screen displays 39.7 degrees Celsius. After discovering her dad has a high fever, little nurse Lily becomes very flustered. She goes back to the first aid kit on the yellow mini fridge, determined to find something to help him. She opens the lid, peeks inside, and rummages around, a look of confusion on her face. First, she pulls out a dark brown bottle of medicine, turns it over in her hands, and then puts it back. Next, she takes out a blister pack of pills. Holding the pills, Lily scratches her head, looking even more lost, as if she has no idea how to use them. After some hesitation, she decides to take the first bottle of medicine again, hugging it tightly as she gets down from the fridge. Lily toddles back to the bed and hands the medicine to her tired dad. When he doesn't react, she places the bottle in his hand. Realizing her dad needs water, Lily springs into action once more. She runs to the mini fridge, opens the door, and takes out a bottle of water. She brings it back to the bed and gives it to him.
Ba mệt quá. Mang thuốc cho ba hả? Trời, mang cái gì đây? Thì mang thuốc cho ba uống nha. Để đây ha.
Seeing his daughter's effort, the dad smiles, takes the bottle, and drinks a sip.
Cảm ơn Ly nhé. Được chưa? Lo lắng quá hả? Sao ha? Được chưa?
Later, the scene changes. The dad, now in different clothes, is sitting on the bed taking care of his real wound. Lily sits beside him, watching intently. Dad uses a cotton swab to dab medicine carefully onto the scrape.
Thâu cái đi. Sao đấy?
Lily leans in close, her big, round eyes wide open, not blinking, showing her deep care and concern. She gently reaches out and lightly touches his arm, as if to comfort and soothe his pain.
Không có sợ không?
The dad looks at his daughter, his eyes filled with emotion.
Oh,
Feeling she needs to do more, Lily starts preparing for an important trip. She finds her blue helmet and fumbles to put it on her head until it's just right. With a determined look, she walks out to the porch and over to her beloved pink electric convertible. She climbs in, sits in the driver's seat, and starts it up.
Let's go.
The car slowly rolls out of the gate, beginning its journey on the dirt village road.
La 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 la.
From behind, Lily looks like a real driver on a very urgent mission. The car drives along the small road, lined with green trees, moving forward. Whee!
La 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 la.
Hey!
Great job. Hi.
Rồi, rút tiền thế nào? Rồi, đã lắm. Đây, mang về đi nha.
Bye bye.